This is the Raw and Smackdown weekly review, the weekly results for the first Raws back after WrestleMania, the night after WrestleMania, and also Smackdown, the first Smackdown after WrestleMania as well. So we start off with Raw, which was actually a very good show. So if you haven't watched it, please do watch it. It was actually a really good show with the awesome crowd. It was just amazing. The crowd was completely awesome. They were completely going nuts with the Fandango chants, and they were humming his theme music. It was really, really good. So we just go right to the ring where John Cena wearing his new T-shirt, and Cena is met with a lot of mixed reactions. Most of them was actually booing, but his T-shirt, his new T-shirt, was basically saying the champion's here, and the champ is here, and his new plates in the side of his championship belt, which has "You can't see me" in the hustle all due respect. So he cuts one of his usual promos about WrestleMania and stops, and he knows for the crowd for 10 years, and some Cena sucks chants start up, and he starts teasing a little bit of heel turn because he starts doing some lame dance move, and he says, "How about a little heel turn?" And then he rotates his heel so that, and then the crowd started popping, and that's what he's talking about. And he says, "A champion rose at WrestleMania," and he proudly says that the champion's here, and he yells it, and then the crowd was were a bit disappointed with this because they don't really like Cena that much, and pretty much they didn't really respect him because I don't think he actually earned that much respect last night. To be honest, I'm actually starting to dislike him now. I don't know. He's probably not really now my favorite wrestler anymore, but I don't actually know about that. Neither if they figured that one out. But basically, he says that he's gonna fight for the championship against someone, anybody, and then Mark Henry comes out and he says, "Oh yeah," he asks him, "What's up, champ?" And then says that he says that the trouble finds you, and then the crowd chants "sexual chocolate," which is his thing, and then Cena starts joking around with the sexual chocolate chants, and then Henry says that he destroyed Ryback last night, and he wants to destroy Cena tonight as well, and the crowd chants "Feed me more for Ryback," and Cena jokes again, and then he says he wants a match with Mark Henry for the championship, and then Booker T comes out and says that he can't have Cena coming out here and making title matches. I agree with him because you can't. You're not general manager, and he says that Rock is entitled. He's entitled to a rematch, and he announces that Rock is the number one contender for the WWE Championship, which is a good news because it might be another rematch, like third match. And John Cena this time he actually said, "Wait, there's about best of three. I mean, once in a lifetime best out of three," and this kind of says, "Oh yeah, he says I beat The Rock last night. That's it." It's a bit kind of like a coward kind of way to just say that because he doesn't really want to face him. That means again. So that was it, and then he says that if Henry beats Cena, then he can face John Cena for the championship, and then that was it really much. It was a bit boring, it's a bit bad as well, but yeah. So far, the crowd was really good, but the segments were really bad, to be honest. But Daniel Bryan versus Biggie Langston. Biggie Langston won that one, and then yeah, so that was it pretty much. And then Wade Barrett became the new Intercontinental Champion, and he beat The Miz in a rematch, and he actually beat him fair and square with the bull hammer elbow for the win, and he sends Miz back to the mat where he struggles, and then he just nails him with the bull hammer. So that's what happened, and then Sheamus wants a match with the Big Show, and then so does Randy Orton won a match with the Big Show, so we might find out who's going to face Big Show tonight. So yeah, that was it. Zip Coulter and Jack Swagger versus Alberto Del Rio. So this one, Alberto Del Rio won, and his leg was completely injured. It's like he broke his leg by Jack Swagger, but he didn't. And out comes Dolph Ziggler cashing in, and this was the really exciting part because the crowd didn't really actually like Alberto Del Rio. They loved Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler was completely going. The crowd was going nuts for Dolph Ziggler, completely nuts. And Dolph Ziggler cashed it in, and he won, and he beat Alberto Del Rio, and that is the new World Heavyweight Champion, Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler is the new champion so far. So now Raw was really good that time. That's when it started really rising up. So that was really good. some pointless matches like Santino, R-Truth and Zack Ryder versus 3MB, which was pretty pointless because of Santino, R-Truth and Zack Ryder winning, so that was a bit pointless. Sheamus versus Big Show. Sheamus had to come out, but then Randy Orton came out as well, and then they started locking up to the corner with like and all that stuff, and they just started saying to each other, I want to beat Big Show, and then Sheamus says, I want to beat Big Show, and they come into some kind of vote, and then they go back to the commercial and to tweet for people to vote who should face Big Show. So Randy Orton won with 77% of the vote. Randy Orton versus, basically what happened is that Vicky Guerrero comes out with Booker T, and they announce the Sheamus versus Randy Orton for tonight, and the winner will face Big Show. So it was a bit unfair for Randy Orton because he won the vote, but I think this is good because Randy Orton versus Sheamus is a really good match, and we love to see that, and we did. But it turned out to be a no contest because of Big Show coming out and destroying them both and just smashing them and smashing Randy Orton right to the stomps, and then like tossing him over to announced chairs and in the ring, but neither made it. None of them attacked him. None of them attacked the Big Show. It's a bit stammering for there, but I need to calm down. Anyway, that was it pretty much, and also, I forgot to say this, The Undertaker came out and he just gave a tribute to Paul Bearer, but then he was interrupted by The Shield, and The Shield were about to lock horns on The Undertaker, but then Kane and Daniel Bryan came for the save, and then they wanted to save The Undertaker, and The Shield were cowards and they just ran away. That was a really good segment. That was completely awesome. I love that part. It was very good when The Undertaker, Kane and Daniel Bryan. This could be a sign that The Undertaker might be staying for a while and probably not actually going away, but I've heard a new little update that he's not going to be wrestling anytime soon. So yeah, Fandango versus Kofi Kingston. We go and we go to the ring, and out comes Fandango, and pretty much the crowd went hyper this time. This part, the crowd were just humming his theme music like da 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 da. So it was really good and then Chris Jericho came out and he hits the code breaker on Fandango, and he completely destroys him in the outside the ring, and that's it. And that was Fandango being the winner, and Chris Jericho ran away. I mean, he just went away, and then Justin Roberts announces the winner, and he says Fandango, but then Fandango was so tired, and then he says it's Fandango in a really exhausted kind of way because he was so tired. So Fandango won, and they were still humming his music. Absolutely awesome. I really loved that. It was very good. Mark Henry versus John Cena. Basically, winner by countout was John Cena because he just smashed Mark Henry up to these steel steps, and then he just survived into the ring. It was a very boring match. Didn't really like the main event, but Ryback comes for the save because of Mark Henry doing the World's Strongest Slam on John Cena after the match, and then Ryback comes out and he saves John Cena, takes Mark Henry out, and then we see a little bit of confrontation between Ryback and John Cena, and people thought that he's going to turn heel on John Cena, and that's why they were going nuts. But then he wanted to help John Cena, and then they just started booing, and then he attacked him, and then they went nuts again, and they were so excited, and then Ryback did the shell shock on John Cena and pretty much turned heel. But in my opinion, I don't think it's actually a heel turn, because people were trying to make him turn heel, like Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole saying, "Hey Ryback, what are you doing? What are you doing?" But it's not actually really a heel turn, because Ryback wants to be champion. He hasn't really turned on anybody. You know, it's like same thing as CM Punk, but I think he will be turning heel in the upcoming processes on the upcoming Raw shows. I think he will turn heel, and I think this will lead to an Extreme Rules match. So it's a long review of Raw. So SmackDown was actually pretty interesting because we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. That was Dolph Ziggler. Basically, Big E Langston does his best Ricardo Rodriguez impression, and he introduces the new champion. Dolph Ziggler makes his way with AJ to a huge crowd of pops, and then Ziggler cuts a promo, and he is doing his best to be a heel, and the crowd was absolutely nuts. And Jack Swagger wants a title shot, and then they leave, and Ziggler continues acting cocky when Alberto comes out and completely limping, wanting a title shot too. and Chris Jericho then comes out, and then the crowd starts turning on Ziggler, and then Jericho tells Ziggler that his first opponent for the World Heavyweight Championship is Chris Jericho, and that match is tonight. So we're gonna see Jericho and Ziggler tonight. Team Hell No defeated the Primetime Players in an easy and short match. Wade Barrett defeated Santino in a very, very short match because it is Santino. So yeah, we saw. What did we see? Oh yeah, backstage segment with Sheamus, Booker T, Teddy Long, and Randy Orton. Booker T announced a handicap match for Sheamus and Randy Orton to face Big Show tonight, and then basically I think there's been a lot of like failed attempts for chants for Fandango's theme song, but it was a complete fail. The crowd wasn't actually like the crowd from Monday Night Raw. It wasn't that crowd at all. It was a bit boring, but they tried their best. So Triple H comes out and makes his way to the ring, and he talks about his war with Brock Lesnar, and he kicked his yeah. Can't really say that, but but then 3MB then come out, try to interrupt and steal the game's thunder, and then the Shield's music hits, and then 3MB try to go after Triple H, and then the Shield takes out 3MB, and then they circle around Triple H, and then Kane's music hits, and Team Hell No make their way once again to save someone, and that was Triple H. Triple H then hit a pedigree on Heath Slater, and then clears 3MB from the ring with King Daniel Bryan. And then Team Hell No hug Triple H. But the funny segment was like the game. Triple H doesn't want to hug the Daniel Bryan, but he would hug Kane. Triple H tells Bryan to eat a piece of meat instead of vegetables because he is edgy, and he says he has no problem hugging Kane and that he gets along with Kane. And he brings up their weird history with Katie Vick in 2002. And says that they were young and need money. So that was a bit funny because I know the Katie Vick story, and that's when that year I started actually watching WWE 2002. I was only 3, so yeah. And then Vince McMahon then comes out, and Triple H says if anybody needs a hug, it's Vince. And then Vince then leaves after teasing going through the hugs and that stuff. So then Bryan quickly apologizes, telling him to hug Kane. Triple H jokes that he wished the Shield would come back and finish him off, and Triple H then hugged Kane, and Bryan joined in, and Triple H said that he felt violated, and the crowd, they completely loved the segment. Lots of laughs during it. It was really good, and I can't wait to actually see this segment. It's going to be really funny. And then Randy Orton and Big Show versus Big Show. Basically what happened is that before Big Show hit a sidewalk slam, Big Show works on Randy Orton's ribs, and small RVD chants started going through the crowd actually, and then the show fails to splash Randy Orton off the top rope, and then Randy Orton tags Sheamus in, who begins to completely unload his offense in until Big Show countered with a spear, and then Big Show went after Randy Orton, who in an RKO out of nowhere. It was completely awesome, and then Sheamus followed up, and he did a bro kick to Big Show, which knocked him out of the ring, and then they basically Big Show simply walked to the back and then got counted out. That's why Big Show and Randy Orton won. And then Fandango comes out with a half of the crowd singing his theme song. So it wasn't actually Fandango coming out, but it was theme songs of him in the crowd. And then World Champion Dolph Ziggler defeated Chris Jericho after Fandango and Biggie Langston getting involved. So it was a good Smackdown. It was a very good Raw. It was a good week actually. It was So I will give me your thoughts on what you thought about Smackdown and Raw, and also WrestleMania. Check out my WrestleMania review, not preview, but review. Thanks guys for viewing all my videos. I've been having a lot of views lately, so thank you very much for that, and I'll see you guys very soon. So please do give me your thoughts. I want your thoughts. I want your comments below what you thought about this week's WWE in week. So see you guys very soon, and for this time, peace.